Hi, this video shows answers for a sample of examination from previous examination of Bmas. The examination consists of number of sheets. The first sheet is a cover sheet that includes instructions required from the first one, and this is a closed book examination to be answered using Excel. Calculators are not allowed. The exam consists of 5 questions in 5 sheets. Students are required to answer all questions. You are required also to provide an answer for each question, but not more than one answer for each question. Any question answered by more than one question will receive 0. Keep saving your working frequently because the computer might shut down at any time. When finishing, save, close Excel and submit your file in Moodle again. The second sheet might include formulas for group data. The questions here, the first question or this question is about correlation and regression, and the statement of the question is that the following data is related to the advertising budget in hundreds of Omani Riyal and the number of units sold by XYZ factory in Muscat. This one is the independent variable advertising budget, and this one is a dependent variable, which is Y. The first question, which A, or the sub-question A, draw a scatter diagram and a linear trend line for the data. Give appropriate title for the chart and the axis. To draw the graph or the scatter diagram, highlight the table, and then from menus up, click insert, and then select scatter diagram here, and select the first scatter diagram, and this one will show you the graph. And according to the question, it is required to have appropriate title for the chart and the label and the axis. So, and also require the trend. So click plus, there is axis titles, and then also show the trend. Axis titles here, you need to write a proper title for the graph: scatter diagram for unit sold on the advertising budget. And down in x-axis label is the advertising budget, and on y-axis we write the dependent variable units sold. To highlight this and write units sold. Okay, This is the answer for the first sub question A. The next question, the second question, which is B, compute the correlation coefficient R for the relationship between the two variables, commences on the strength of the relationship and round to 3 decimals. So R equal, then we write for the Excel function here to calculate the correlation coefficient. In order to do any calculation in Excel, you need to start with equal. So start with equal. Excel formula for correlation, we write the first 3 letters, core. Then you see the score, double click it. The computer fill for you or the complete for you the function. According to this function, it needs 2 data. One is the array 1 and then array 2. Between them there is comma. So the first array, then comma, then the second, then comma, first array, then comma, second array, and press enter. After that, and here it is clear that this one is 0.08, it is high because the correlation are normally between, or maximum will be between 1 and -1. So here it is high. Now we can comment on this relationship. There is a high positive correlation with R equal 0.8237 between the number of units sold and advertising budget. The next example is, next question is compute the coefficient of correlation and interpret the finding. Coefficient of determination is the square of coefficient of correlation. So we can write it is R%. That means it is the coefficient of correlation square and change it to percent. So we can calculate it. It is equal, coefficient of correlation is this, multiplied by coefficient of correlation, multiplied by itself and change it to percent. We make it here, this one, it is required to be 3 decimals. So 3 decimals here, and this one should be 3 decimals, 0.4. Okay. Interpretation of this one also, we can say that the remaining out of 100 remaining, you can calculate it. It is equal 100 percent minus this percent, so it is 32%. So the answer here will be, or the interpretation of this, we can say that 67.827% of the unit sold by the company can be explained by their expenditure, by the amount of advertising budget. The next question is find the least square equation. Least square equation, it has another name, which is regression equation or best fit line equation. The two parameters or the two constants that we need to calculate for the best fit line equations are slope and intercept. So to calculate the slope, we write equal slope and then double click, and here it is very clear. It is required to put y axis first, or y variable, or the dependent variable first, comma, then x. So the first one is this, then comma, then x axis, and press enter. 3 decimals. The next one is intercept. It is equal enter. Then you see there is intercept. Also it need first y, and then comma, x, and press enter. 3 decimal places. Okay. We want to write the least square equation. So the least square equation is unit sold y equal A is 77.558 plus B is 1.84, then X, and X here is advertising budget. Interpret the slope, that means explain what is meant by this value in the slope. This one, it means for the number of units sold increase is by 1.84 units, each 100 money. Reals. The next one is to predict the value of unit or the number of units when the advertising budget is 2000. So advertising equal 200 to 2500. Then since this one is 2500, and if you see here the table, all the amounts of advertising considered in hundreds. That means what we calculated here is for hundreds of money, and we want to calculate. So in order to do that, first we have to change the value, which is 2500 to hundreds. So this one is equal, once this one divided by 100, divided by 100. Now we can calculate the unit. So is equal unit sold is equal, then we make equal A plus B multiplied by 25. This one will be then next, the same question, comment on the finding in terms of interpolation and extrapolation. So the comment for this one, this is 25. If we see the values here, starting minimum is 20 and maximum is 120. So it means that 20 hundreds exist in this interval. Therefore we say this is an interpolation since 25 within the range of advertising